Have you ever pondered the true nature of a gladiator's life? Were they all prisoners of war, slaves and criminals, or were there volunteers among them? Let us delve into the captivating chronicles of these fearless fighters. Our story begins in the early days of Rome, around the 3rd century BC. Gladiatorial games, or munera as they were known, began as funeral rites. Wealthy Romans would pay for these games to honor their deceased loved ones, believing that the spilling of blood appeased the spirits of the departed. Fast forward to the 1st century BC, the games evolved into a political tool. Ambitious politicians would sponsor grand spectacles to win the favor of the masses. Julius Caesar, for instance, organized an event featuring 300 pairs of gladiators to curry favor with the public. Now let's debunk a popular myth. Not all gladiators were slaves or prisoners. In fact, by the late 1st century AD, many free men and even some women voluntarily became gladiators for the fame, fortune, or to pay off debts. These brave individuals were known as auctorati. The life of a gladiator was not just about fighting and dying in the arena. Most of their time was spent training in special schools known as ludi. These were often run by a lanista, a sort of manager or trainer. Gladiators followed a high-carbohydrate diet to gain a layer of protective fat over their muscles. Gladiator fights were not always to the death. Contrary to popular belief, most matches ended when one gladiator was too wounded to continue, not when one was killed. The decision of life or death was usually in the hands of the game's sponsor, often signified by a thumbs up or down. The era of gladiatorial games started to decline in the 4th century AD. As Christianity spread, the brutal games faced increasing opposition. Eventually, in 404 AD, Emperor Honorius ended the gladiatorial games after a monk named Telemachus was killed while trying to stop a match. In conclusion, gladiators were much more than just slaves fighting for their lives. They were athletes, celebrities, and sometimes volunteers. Their games, initially a funeral rite, became a political tool and a form of public entertainment. Despite the brutal and often fatal nature of their profession, their life was not always about death. Their legacy, full of surprising details, continues to captivate us even today. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the surprising history of these fearless fighters. If you found our content interesting, please subscribe to 50 Shades Facts for more such intriguing insights. Until next time, keep questioning and keep exploring.